Hello! I'd like to meditate with you today. Today's meditation is day 26 of my meditation challenge, and it will be on delusion/ignorance. So we've been working on the 5 kleshas, which are 5 things in our mind that prevent us from finding inner peace. They consist of anger, desire, jealousy, delusion or ignorance, and pride. So today is delusion or ignorance. So we'll remember, before we get started, we'll remember what is meditation. The basis of meditation is awareness, and awareness is the knowingness, the thing in your mind that knows what you're doing, saying, thinking, or feeling at any given moment. So when you recognize your awareness in the present moment, then you're meditating. So we'll bring our awareness to our posture, sitting in a comfortable position, not too straight that you're uncomfortable, but not too relaxed that you're slouching. So the meaning, well, before we get into that, we're going to just sit in open awareness. Just allow anything to come and go in your mind without judgment, without expectation, with just bare awareness. Just checking in with your body and your mind, your sensations, just whatever's going on in your awareness in the present moment. You can have your eyes open or keep them closed. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And now that we've checked in with ourselves, we can bring our awareness to ignorance and delusion. So what does this mean? In Buddhist terms, it means to believe, I've got an itchy nose, one second, to believe that you are singular, you are independent, and you are permanent. So we are none of these things. We are not singular. We are multiple things in one being. We consist of a brain, a heart. All of these things, our organs, bacteria, neurons in our brains, atoms, molecules, all of these things make up who we are. So we are not singular. We are also not independent. We are interdependent, meaning we are dependent on everything in our universe, in our existence. The world around us, the air we breathe, the plants that provide the oxygen, all of these things. And we are also permanent. We are also impermanent. And we're all gonna die, basically, is what that means. We are not here forever. And that's okay. So we're going to explore all of these 3 things in this meditation. So we'll start with the fact that we believe that we are singular. In what ways do we believe we are one being, one entity, a whole, just single me? What makes us believe that? Well, we have a body that we identify as one thing in a way. And our name summarizes that one thing that we see as our body. And although we perceive this, this is not true. We are not singular. And so just let's explore that in our awareness in the present moment. How do I believe that I'm singular? How does that manifest in my perception? This I. What is this I? What does it consist of? Is it just a soul? Is it just a heart? Is it just a brain? Or is it all of these things combined? And that we're actually delusional when we think that we are singular. And I'll notice that. And notice the comfort that comes with that, or this anxiety. Whatever emotion comes with that thought that we are multiple, not just a singular being. Just notice. Notice how you perceive yourself. You often say, I am this. I am that. I want this. I want that. What is this I? Who is this I? Does this I really exist? In the way that I perceive it? And not only are we not singular, but we are not independent. We are interdependent. We'll notice that. We are interdependent with the outside world, people, our families, for having given birth to us, for having raised us, the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, the interactions with people, all the people in our life that we don't notice is contributing to our existence. Doctors that helped give your mother give birth, all the scientists that helped to improve our medical system so that, for example, I was born through cesarean C-section. So we can appreciate that. Notice that. Notice that we're interdependent with all of these past people that existed before us, invented all these inventions that came together to enable our life to be as it is. in this present moment. The animals even that eat seeds that distribute the plants. That grow and provide oxygen. We're interdependent with all of these creatures and the environment, the hemisphere, atmosphere. The builders that built the house that you're in. All for your survival. You're dependent even on the first beings, the first humans, and the first beings on this earth. We're dependent from all the evolution that it took for you to be. We can notice that dependence, interdependence, and accept that. And notice the delusion that we think that we're independent. How does the delusion affect us? How do I act as though I'm independent? Maybe I'm not as grateful as I could be. Now notice that. Notice any other thoughts or dialogues that come up about the ignorance of being independent. How do I feed into that ignorance, that delusion? I think I'm doing this all by myself, when there's no such thing. We wouldn't have phones without the inventors of phones. The computer. So, and our food. Where does our food come from? We are all dependent on food. And those who grow it, and the industry that surrounds it. The truck drivers that drive the food across the country. We're dependent on all these people. And the last delusion, we are not permanent. We think we are, and we hope every day that we are, and we act every day that we are. But we aren't. We are very impermanent. Only living 80, 90 years, if we're lucky. And noticing that impermanence. And how do I act like I'm permanent all the time? Maybe just taking life for granted in some ways. And I'll notice that. Notice anything in my mind that makes me feel like I'm permanent, that feeds into that delusion. Noticing that delusion. What makes me feel permanent? What makes me feel like I could never not exist? And how do I live my life in that delusion? I'll just notice anything that comes to mind. I just think a lot about taking life for granted. Maybe worrying about things that I don't need to worry about. Grasping onto life as though I'm here forever. And I can just notice that. Bring my awareness to that. And just know that it's not true. That I'm not here forever. That we all die. And we don't really know what happens. And that's okay. We can only speculate, guess, hope. And just know that our minds and our bodies are not here forever. Are just like your thoughts, they come and go. We come and go. We're here, and then we're gone. Wherever we go, doesn't matter. You just know that this existence will end. So we are not permanent. And that's okay. It's all a part of this existence that we experience. And we're alive now, so we can be grateful. And just notice what it's like to be alive, to have a body and a mind, and something that feels like a soul. And we can just notice this existence as it comes and goes through our perception, through our awareness. And we can just watch. Watch as our life comes and goes through our perception, through our awareness, and as best we can without judgment, and as best we can without expectation. Just watching. And you can let go of impermanence and just notice anything that's coming and going in your mind. Allowing whatever's there to be there. Positive, negative, or neutral. Just allowing. And I hope you enjoyed this meditation. Come back for more. I'll be here again tomorrow. Not sure what time. I tend to sleep in lately. But follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, and I'll see you then. Bye!